Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So we are chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita. Last time we finished verse 4. Today we are going to be doing verse 5. So in verse 4, Arjun is telling Krishna Bhagwan, he's requesting him to show him the Vishwaroop. So he says, if you, O Lord, think it is possible for me to see it, do you please then, O Lord of Yoga, show me your imperishable self form. So a lot of humility, lot of devotion, all that as we saw in detail. And now we go to verse 5. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashya me Partha Rupani Shatashotha Sahasrashaha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Krutini Cha. Pashya is behold, me, my, Parth, O Partha, telling Arjuna. Rupani, forms. Shatashaha, by hundreds. Atha, and. Sahasrashaha, by thousands. Nana vidhani, of different sorts. Divyani, divine. Nana varna akrutini, of various colors and shapes. Cha is and. So now what happened was Arjuna just requested, right, in verse 4 and 3 and 4, to see the cosmic form, Vishwaroop of the Lord. And so what is this Vishwaroop? All-encompassing manifestation that includes everything in the universe. And then in response now Krishna Bhagavan begins granting, this his request, and it goes in little steps. Because the divine vision he actually grants him in verse 8. I think Krishna Bhagavan ne bola, okay, dekhna shuru karo, and then he realized that he needs something more power, comprehension power. So he grants him, whichever way you want to look at it. So basically this verse from this now on, it beginning of Arjuna's vision that we will be seeing. It goes in very much detail. And then it's going to continue the whole chapter literally. And towards the end, Arjuna is going to do a prayer, and it's a beautiful chapter. So basically, some important points that different Swamis have come up with to open this verse up. So Pashya, Bhagavan says Pashya. Pashya has a lot of power in it because this word is used in chapter 1 also several times. इसको मतलब देखो, मगर देखो मतलब there's a lot more depth in it. Bhagwan is, this is what the thing we have to remember before we dive into this. It's not like you have to see something special. Bhagwan already has everything within him. But we are the one who cannot see. So he's kind of telling him, okay, if you want to see, then be ready. Something like that you can say. What Arjuna could see was, in the beginning, was just like a human form of Bhagwan. And now, otherwise in his own nature, from his own standpoint, Bhagwan already is a Virat Roop. See what I'm saying? It's something like, the example I can give is, you put a seed in somebody's hand of a tree and you say, hey, can you see a forest in this tree? So you have to have that comprehension power. Yes, this seed can fall into a very fertile land, and a tree can come out. So many things can come out, fruits, flowers, and then the other seeds will fall and new trees will come and it will continue, a forest ban jayega. See what I'm saying? That's what we have to remember because otherwise we'll get confused that as though Bhagwan पहले ऐसे थे फिर बाद में कुछ और बन गए. No, no, no. Bhagwan already has all the potential. He just couldn't grasp it, and now he's telling him to grasp. So that's how it is. So, what Nikhilanandji was saying, that Bhagwan ne bola see, but actually Arjuna cannot see yet because Bhagwan ne usko wo power thoda baad mein diya, but beginning shuru ho gayi hai, because you need the Divya Chakshu. So Divya Chakshu, on one hand, it looks like, if you see those serials, they will put some kind of light, boom, it's going in somebody's eyes and all, aisa kuch nahi hai. Comprehension power, mind ko aisa expand kar dena, something like that, you can say. And then, of course, our imagination, sometimes if we close our eyes and we think about something, all those pictures start coming in front of us, right? So you can say that he saw it too. Because when it comes to manifestation, people have a lot of confusion. If Bhagwan is everywhere, then this one form cannot be Bhagwan. No, Bhagwan can be that form also. Because he can manifest, and he can be manifest in the physical form. It can manifest in your mental form. Some people who sit down and meditate, they can visualize. That's also a kind of manifestation only. So whichever way you want to look at it. So the main thing over here they are trying to tell is the reality is one, but its expressions are many. We have heard it many times, but this is one angle that we have to take, that how in the Vishwarup. And then Nikhilanandji was saying that slowly science also is understanding that this whole expression is coming, from one thing, and they have that singular theory, about Big Bang, that everything goes into singularity, they call it. They use some other scientific words, and उसमें से फिर वो Big Bang होता है. And we're going to be seeing in our Upanishad, Aitreya Upanishad, that how the world came about in a story form. And we saw that when we were doing Aitreya, that there could be several different theories, and all of them are fine, because people who express the creation, they can express it many different ways, because truth is one, but its expression can be many. So that's why. So what Nikhilanandji was saying, that the science is also recognizing and doing all the research, and then they are slowly understanding what the scriptures are saying. And that's why there are so many consciousness studies now, and I talked about it, so many universities and all that. You can look it up with AI, you can look up many things now. So here what we have to focus on, there's one reality, and then it expresses at all these varieties. And that's why Bhagwan says that the way he describes over here in this verse is, first he said, Shatashota means hundreds, because human beings cannot grasp infinity. So Bhagwan has to give some number. So first उन्होंने बोला 100, फिर उनको लगा नहीं 100 से तो ये इसको समझ में नहीं आएगा, thousands. So thousands bola, so thousands of variety. So basically it is actually infinite, but this is just a Bhagwan's way of saying it, okay? So that we try to understand what it is. And then we saw that in chapter, just to make this chapter kind of understand, we have talked about it before. In 10th chapter, Bhagwan ne apni vibhuti dikhai thi. So he showed that in everything in the world, Bhagwan is there, right? So in many, there is one. And then we had discussed, this is one, many in one, and this is all in one. Words get confused. एक चीज में सब कुछ है. So all in one. That's what this verse is all about. And then the worldly examples, if somebody wants looking for a worldly example, how do you see that? So Nikhilanandji gave an example. No, अभी आजकल तो सब लोग टाइप करते हैं, so that won't work that much. But ink होती थी पहले. And then people used to dip in the pen and write, और वो ink भरते थे pen में, right? So he was saying that if you look at the ink is saying, hey, I may be looking very simple, but I can manifest thousands of writings depending on the person who write poetry and prose, and पूरा महाभारत लिख दिया, Ved Vyas ji ne. So one ink but manifestation, something like that. I know it's kind of not the best example, but you got the gist that what it is. So he's saying this similarly, Bhagwan's glory is many, and it was there before. His glory is different ones. It is there now, and in future it can come. Okay, that's what it is. So he's saying that once we understand this concept, then we'll be able to enjoy this whole chapter, because it unfolds in a very beautiful way, And then the other word is a divyani, divine. And so it needs a little special comprehension, special power, a little more deep intellect, pure intellect it needs and all that. And then he also said that they have Nana Vidhani Divyani, Nana Varna Krutini cha. So with lot of different colors and lot of different shapes, it's there, right? And one another very good example he gave, worldly example that we will relate to. He's saying कोई एक artist होता है, उसको 3 color दे दो तुम, and he can create something beautiful with it. Mix करके, ये करके, वो करके. Forget about 3 colors. Some people can do it with 2 colors. Black and white में कितना सब कुछ बना देते हैं, और एक color में भी समझो कुछ भी, like 2 or 3. So we have seen this with our own eyes. So marvelous thing can be created. And then the other example I already gave about the seed. But the seed ka another very important thing is, which is we don't think about it, and I think I had talked about it in some other context before, that the seed is so amazing thing. Firstly, it is capable of creating a tree or a plant, and then each seed has its own information. That also is a very miraculous. But another amazing thing is that it doesn't bring all the material with it. You just put enough land, any dirt में डाल दो, थोड़ा सा भी fertile होना चाहिए, certain condition, not that many, and it knows what to pull the material. I mean, we don't have any such machines here. If you want to create something, we got to get all the material from everywhere. It pulls that material from there. So if that seed also, if you think about it, it's so miraculous. So the whole Srishti is so most amazing, But these are the components that we can see in the world itself. And now you put that all together and, in the creation, manifestation is the right word, because he's not creating anything new. So that's what it is, So this is what this verse is saying. And now we will go a little bit deeper with, some people have done some more analysis, which I thought was nice. So basically Krishna invites Arjuna to see the countless forms. So he's saying this is not just a human standing here, but the cosmic totality he wants to see. That's what it is. Because, when we look outside, we just see up to a certain point our senses go. But he realizes that Bhagwan has said it many times, everything is in me. So he wants to experience that cosmic totality. And then I think this one I already discussed, that one when he says Shatasha and Sastrasha, it's by 1,000, is that this expresses infinite diversity. That's what Bhagwan is saying, not a literal number. So some people, that's why they say that in Vedanta and in Bhagavad Gita, if they just get stuck at the word meaning, you will lose it. So that's why it's very important. And all the saints and sages will tell you, when Bhagwan said hundreds and thousands, he meant infinite. So basically, what does it signify? That we have heard this, but it's just revision, basically. So it goes deeper into it. That the divine reality manifests in innumerable modes, encompassing every aspect, human beings, all different beings, birds, animals, all different worlds, all different deities, So it's a Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, because you will see that when we go further in this chapter, Arjuna will see that three aspect: creation, maintenance, sustenance, everything he sees in there. So basically, Bhagwan is saying that you will see countless forms, powers, different aspects of creation. Whatever you want to see, you will be able to see. all united in one infinite consciousness. And we have heard it many times, but this is the pictorial way of saying it. And then Shankaracharya ji made a comment that these are not separate forms of Lord, but a diverse appearance in the same consciousness. Yeah? So that's what we have to look at. And then the word worldly example could be, and we have heard it so many times, but how does it fit in this one? It's waves. That waves are different shapes and color, and sometimes, when you go and look at some waves, look of different color also. Some looks bluish, some look this thing, some size is different, but everything is water. So even in the world we see that example. So the same way these divine forms are within the self. So that's, we have to pakka kar lene ka ye idea. And then some comments about Divyani, Rupani. That Divya means that they are not perceptible through ordinary vision. If you just tell any person, hey, this is a devil, now you got to kind of contemplate, think, purify your mind. So, usko Divya Chakshu bhi bola hai. But, even in today's world, we have heard of this, that some people can give some, बोलते हैं ना शक्ति पाठ बोलते हैं उसको. The guru can give, whether somebody believes it or not, I don't know, but it happened to Vivekanand ji, that his guru touched him and he just felt this oneness and all that. And then if you read autobiography of Yogi, the Yogananda ji was very anxious to experience, but he was not ready, and he kept pushing his guru that, I want to experience that. Finally, guru granted him, but he could not handle it at that point. And later on, then, of course, he could handle it. But that's how it is. So I guess here Arjuna is requesting, and Bhagwan thinks Arjuna is ready now. So he will give him. So these are celestial, transcendental, beyond human comprehension. He will be able to see, belonging to the divine plane, you can say, because all those Shaktis and all that are, sometimes we cannot grasp them. And so, Shankaracharya ji said that these are not new creation, but manifestation of the same reality. We already went through that. And same Brahman appearing as an entire universe. And so it transcends what Arjuna wanted to see, was not only of this world, but world beyond also. So it transcends material space and time. And, when in our sleep, we don't have any deep sleep, we don't have a concept of time. So even we can relate that sometimes how we can transcend. And another way of looking at this whole picture is that this chapter, whatever Bhagwan shows him, it represents total intelligence, cosmic intelligence, expresses itself as all beings. Because we can see we think that intelligence is only in humans, but that's not true. Even a seed has an intelligence, right? It depends on the definition of intelligence. And all these, water has its own intelligence. And now they are finding out that if you take 2 glasses of water and one glass you speak sweet words and the other glass you speak very kind of harsh words, then the crystals are different. They did some experiment. You guys can look up. So we may think, water is just inert. No, it has its own feelings also, and it's just mind-boggling, Some people, we have heard, they know how to talk to animals. They understand. I have a neighbor like that, who is a complete animal lover, and she can communicate literally with her dogs and cats, and she knows exactly what they are feeling, what's happening. And some people swear by they talk to their plants, and the plants get healthy. Intelligence is everywhere. This is experiencing. Next time, if your plant is not doing well, then of course you have to water. You cannot be talking sweet and not give the poor plant a food. But try talking sweetly. I think it has worked with me. So anyway. So this is what is showing. That Brahman is one, but manifestations are endless. And what are representing the divine aspect of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or Rudra, whatever you want to call it, and all their Shaktis. Everything is in it. So this particular form that Arjuna sees is radiant, awe-inspiring, filled with light, motion, and divine energy. That's how. So we have to get excited about it. And then what is the bhakti aspect? The Madhusudan Saraswati ji says that, firstly, he says that this form includes deva, sages, human, animals, celestial being, elements, mountain, river, whatever you want to mention, everything is there. But this is all unified in Bhagwan's body, showing that nothing exists outside him. He has said it many times, but human mind still questions. How can it be? How can it be? So like that. So he's saying that when Bhagwan says Pashya to him, Pashya me Rupani, he is not only commanding him, but it's a blessing also. He's telling, Dekho means Bhagwan ne grant kar diya wo. He gave him not only, hum log bolenge dekho, lekin we don't have the capacity to give somebody power to say, sometimes it happens, I'm thinking one thing and the other person is not understanding what I'm saying. Does it happen to you guys? And then you say, hey, but this is not what I'm saying. Why don't you understand? And then we don't have the power to give him to understand. Bhagwan has a power. Whatever he's saying, that's what it is, And other devotional angle is that God is not limited to a single image or icon. Because if somebody say, hey, this is because here Bhagwan is showing, he's everything. Okay, so he pervades every color, every being, every manifestation. So the last point that I liked in this was the purpose of showing this Vishwaroop is what is the purpose? To awaken in Arjuna, what? Or in us also. Sense of awe. That's what Arjun kahega, कि वो एकदम flabbergasted हो जाएगा एकदम, हाँ? So surrender हो जाएगा फिर उसका. So, you read about this chapter and then you will feel a sense of awe and the surrender happens and the universal vision. So we won't be sitting in our limited thing, oh, I am so small, there's nothing, ye, wo. We will expand our heart, our vision and feel very happy about it. So that's what this is. Any question, comment? Something, somebody? Before we read. Yeah, Urmalji.
I really like the example of the seed,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
That tiny thing and it can become a forest.
Exactly. So I don't, it's like that requires a little bit of vichar, right? Understanding vichar. And that's exactly what Arjuna at that point was lacking. And Bhagwan gives him that capacity to see that. And in so many things in the world we have like this that we just take it for granted, So I would say that whoever has a garden, they do that in California. Ki apna garden ka sara seed, instead of throwing, they just put it in their vegetable garden and something will start growing. That's what everybody said that, I didn't even buy anything. My tomato plant just came.
Right.
So that's what it is.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, who is the volunteer to read? Meena ji has not read for a while. Would you like to?
Read it. Yeah, I'll read. Behold, O Partha, forms of me, my hundreds and thousands, of different sorts divine, of various colors and shapes. If gold is the essential stuff in all the ornaments, every ornament in the world must be available in the total gold. To see the gold in the ornaments is relatively easy, it being a physical perception. But to detect the presence of all ornaments of different shapes and colors in the total gold is comparatively difficult, inasmuch as it is the vision of the intellect.
So see how Swamiji is trying to tell us that if somebody says, hey, see gold in all the ornaments, that's relatively easy. But एक गोल्ड का पाइल ला के रख दिया और उसमें तुम इमेजिन करो सब कुछ, वो थोड़ा उसके लिए इमेजिनेशन चाहिए, इंटेलेक्ट चाहिए वगैरह. एंड आई टेल यू दिस वन, एवरीबडी विल रिलेट टू इट, दैट जो शिल्पकार होता है ना, द वन हु चिजल्स द मूर्ति, सो he gets a rock and they say that he can visualize Krishna in it, and then he says Krishna was already there, I just chipped off thing, so like our teacher used to say, the same way we are like God, but we have all this negativity. We got to chip it off, because then you are yourself representing Bhagwan. But what I was trying to say over here is that lot of artists and all, they already visualize something. And that's what here he's visualizing everything. So that's what basically he's saying.
Visualize, would you say that it has the potentiality, if you can say
Yes. So,
potentiality?
the language is limited. So that's why we say visualize, it can potential, visualize. But to have that understanding that everything is in that particular aspect, just like the seed, like Urmilji was saying, that where see, that is the truth. So same way, Bhagwan से ही सारा सब कुछ आया है. That's all.
Keeping this idea in mind, when you read the opening lines of the Lord's words, it becomes very significant. Behold, by hundreds and thousands, my different forms, celestial, varied in colors and shapes. The charioteer being what he was, it was not necessary for Krishna to change his form to that of the cosmic man. All that Arjuna had to do was to behold the form right in front of him. But unfortunately, the instrument of perception was not tuned up for the object of his investigation, and therefore Arjuna could not perceive that which was already in Krishna.
So the same idea he's saying is not like Krishna suddenly, because when they show in the some serial and movie and all, they show his Krishna's form is becoming big and then all. वो भी necessary नहीं है. Same thing like you tell somebody, okay, this is a mango seed. Suppose somebody doesn't know anything about mango, and they say, that this seed can produce this tree and it can give such a juicy fruit. And the guy will say, what are you talking about? This is such a dry thing. And it smells heavenly. There's no smell in this seed. But then once he knows that, then he can imagine everything. See what I'm saying? He gets that's what is happening over here. It's not that Krishna is not changing, but Arjuna ko capacity mil jati hai in the verse 8 to be able to comprehend everything.
That which is lying beyond the focal length of a telescope cannot be viewed by the observer, even though the object may be present in a line with the axis of the instrument. In order to bring the further object within the span of vision, the observer will have to make the required adjustments in the telescope. Similarly, here I do not believe that Krishna transformed himself into his cosmic form, but he only helped Arjuna to gain the necessary inward adjustments so that he could perceive what was there evidently in Krishna. Naturally, the Lord says, behold, the total world of perceivable things of all shapes and colors is indicated in the enumeration made by the Lord in the stanza.
So we saw that it's such a beautiful example he gives, that when we are, looking through the telescope, in the beginning we don't see because it's not adjusted. I say, oh, there is some kind of big ship is there. I don't see it. Oh, wait, adjust the whole thing and then you will see it. So that's what Bhagwan did to his mind. So right now he has not done it. He's just said, come on, Arjuna, come and see. पहले तो ये बोला, and then he's going to slowly थोड़ा सा idea देंगे क्या देखना चाहिए before he gives him that vision. And then I was just thinking that sometimes, people who don't have 20/20 vision, and our glasses are not there, and somebody says, hey, look at this. I can't see. Let me bring my glasses first. Then you put your glass. Oh, now I see. Arjun के साथ भी कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ. So say, hey, I don't see everything in you, Krishna Bhagwan. ठहर जा. थोड़ा सा adjust कर ले, सब दिखाई दे जाएगा. That's what it is, So on one hand, it is a simple thing, but if the saints and sages don't tell us, we won't understand what their Bhagwan is saying. He's just saying, Pasha, see all these, and then we go in some other tangent only. But after they explained it to us, it makes sense, right? That how the world,
does.
yeah. And then from the science perspective also, we have discussed it. They say everything can come down to the atom. right? And then now they're trying to go beyond atom, and then they say nothingness. Space is there. उधर से कुछ आ रहा है. So they are coming to the same conclusion because वो भी अपना सर पीट रहे हैं कि आता कहाँ से सब कुछ मटेरियल है. So anyway.
वाले वो अब तक गौतम जी के साथ हैं कि nothingness. Then they will come to that nothingness is
consciousness, exactly, like they say that the emptiness is purna in our we. And then you just think about it. Even right now we think that kuch bhi nahi hai, right? How many waves are there? How many lights is there? And
Yes.
this whole kya bolna chahiye, World Wide Web, everybody's getting. I'm sure a lot of you have the internet, which is like wireless right now. I just have a box, and it's not connected to any wire or anything. So how much thing is there in that? Somebody says emptiness, we are fooling ourselves, completely. So it is as full as we can't even comprehend how full this whole space is right now.
I was going to say space. Yeah, we
Yeah.
see a space, but we're not.
It looks transparent, looks empty, look this, full of things. Tremendous, right? I think Gita really opens our mind. हमारे बोलते हैं ना, बंद ताले खुलने शुरू हो जाते हैं दिमाग के. But
It makes difference, definitely. Yeah.
yeah. Any comment, question? Okay, so I guess everybody's understood this, huh? So I can close Bhagavad Gita. It was relatively simple. Now it's going to get more into it, but I think we go slowly. That's much better. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya moksha ishyami ma shuchah. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.